That's all I know. Can you make sure my audio is good too once I start? Welcome back here inside of the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. Indeed, so the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for Game 2 of this regular season here in this lower league for the 2025-2026 campaign. There's going to be two lower seasons, both capped off with a champion. There'll be an upper league in between. All three seasons will be brought to you here on YouTube as well. Game number 2 here tonight, that's going to be between the Mighty Ducks. They will be the team in green. They'll start the first period going left to right. Then on the right-hand side, it's going to be in the powder blue jerseys. That was Team Macumber, at least of last season. Not sure if Macumber is still going to be the captain or not, but it's still a majority of the same squad. One face that I can recognize right off the bat is number 11, making his way back to the bench. That being of Tyler Kilmore. Had, I believe, 2 goals last season, that being in that second half of the season. Hopefully here in the next couple of days, point streak will be updated from Lee Shapiro sitting down within the box, helping Matthew, that is, working on the time and doing the scoreboard. Once again, here in game number 2, it's going to be the battle of blue and green. We got 20 minutes up here on the board. Unfortunately, we have no rosters up here on our side. I can make out just a handful of players' names from the green squad. One of those being Hill, that being number 42, making his way back to the bench. Schroeder making his way back onto the bench, that is. So it's going to be more of a team versus team than a player call. Something very common we've seen so far here at the beginning of PHA seasons. It takes a game or two to get fully acclimated here, especially for player names and numbers, as the right defenseman for the Mighty Ducks currently sits without a jersey number. Once again, 20 minutes up on the board, and the puck has dropped here in game number 2 of the night here on opening night. Macumber squad trying to get into the attacking zone. Now fires a quick shot on net. That'll be saved out in front. Mighty Ducks will bring it down to the near side corner. Trying to work it out past the left defenseman, and he does. And here comes a breakaway down the near side. All alone, drops it back to the slot. Shoot, save made by the netminder. Rebound right out in front. Empty net, still not able to poke it home with the number 20 in green. 2 or 3 good chances there for the Ducks to poke on home and take an early 1-0 lead here. Only about 20 seconds gone into the first, as the clock just now takes to the 19:16 mark of the first. Another tip out in front. That's going to go back behind the net on the far side, down low. Macumber squad trying to ring it down the near side boards. Able to get it past Hale, and here comes an odd man rush back the other way. Poke checked into the neutral zone and clearing it all the way in deep. Hale back deep to pick up the loose change. Trying to slow things down. Played off the near side half board. Trying to get a one-touch feed as it will be intercepted by 9. Working it back forward across the newly updated center ice logo. That being of the Twin City Thunderbirds. It takes a hop on net. Netminder will make the save. Minute and 20 seconds gone here into the first period. 2 full sail line changes coming up, so we'll get 10 fresh bodies out. And we'll see the second lineup for both squads here in this one. 2-0 shots on goal so far in favor of the Macumber squad. That's not accurate.
It could be at least 2-1.
There, indeed, so at least 2-1. So I'll tell you the end score shots on goal, but once again, that's not what indeed should be. Back by the net, Ducks trying to find a backhand shot. Still loose out in front, tipped down in front. At least 2 on net. Is that one sent wide? Upcoming penalty. Indeed so. High sticking on 76. I believe that is going to go against Schroeder right at the 17:50 mark of the first period. Clock's going to stop here at some point here. Let's see when they do. 17:38 will be the call. That's going to go once again against 76. 2 minutes for high sticking, and indeed so, that's going to be against Schroeder. New scoreboard graphic here for this PHA season. If you've watched some of the other games here in the FPHL, it's going to look familiar, as the Blue Ridge Bobcats have used it alongside the Athen Rock Lobsters. Shot right off the draw. Would have been a power play goal for the team in blue. Able to keep it out, as this faceoff will come up to the glove hand side of the Macumber's netminder. Apologies of the Ducks netminder here. Not yet with full team jerseys, as a large majority of these players were on the same teams as of last year, just like in game number 1. Glove save right out in front, trying to poke it home as it works its way back out to the point. Ducks not able to clear it out. Far side trying to get a one-touch feed in the slot. End up swinging and missing. As we're here with the baseball season not completely over here in the American League Championship Series, that the game's going on right now. They have gone final. Down the length of the ice it goes, no icing with Schroeder down in the box. Back behind the net to pick it up is 80 of the squad in blue. Cutting right up through center ice, trying to beat around 45. We'll toss it right through center ice, down the length of the ice it goes. Will it have the legs for icing? It will. 3:45 gone here into the first period. 5-2 is your score. The Toronto Blue Jays above the Seattle Mariners. Top of the 7th inning. If I'm not mistaken, if Seattle wins, they're on to the World Series. 5 seconds left here in the penalty before Schroeder works his way out of the box down to near side. Kilmer, one last chance here on the power play. Ends up getting his puck knocked off his stick. Still down loose in the corner. Works his way up to the point. Schroeder able to lift his man's stick as it's worked back the other way through the neutral zone. Looks like it's going to be played offsides, either that or with a high stick. Regardless, the play will come to a pause. Once again, clock still resuming here with NPHA. Not a rule that's going to be changed anytime soon, especially at these very late start times. 8:30 was the start for game number 1 and 10 o'clock start for game number 2. Tuesday nights will be just a tad later. Hale trying to work it forward, ends up missing it as it'll come right back the other way. Kilmer makes a diving attempt, but not able to hold on to the puck. Down low, nearly intercepted. Puck's just sitting on top of the Wake Forest ice hockey logo as it comes back the other way for the team in green. Once again, apologies here. I'm not entirely sure of all the players' names here for either side. I know a couple for both as they played last year. Up to the far side, trying to work it out. Gonna be a 2-on-2 rush, able to get past the one. Here's 1-on-1, hitting the blue line for the Ducks. Up high on the backhand stick lift, still with it. Ends up losing it back behind the net. Worked up the high side. That one not go far enough for icing. Indeed not. Hale will pick it up alongside the far side face-off circle. Centering feed is going to be picked up by 28 of blue. Alexander down low for 20. Sharp angle shot. Save made by the netminders. That's played into the corner. Hale able to keep it in. Down low to this near side corner. 28 trying to work it out. Paddling alongside with the other 20. Down low. Here's a chance. Once again, apologies here. The Ducks netminder is wearing a light blue jersey, which would fit in perfectly with the other squad. You know, a chance of too many men. Alexander decides to let it go by him. All the way down the length of the ice it goes as it sits behind the net. Down low, able to get a touch on it, but can't hold on to the puck completely as it goes up the far side of Watrub, trying to work it forward. Deeks around one, still with it. Up the far side halfwards, puck sitting right there on the face-off circle as it comes down low. Still scoreless here through 7 minutes of gameplay. Your score in game number 1 is 4-0 in favor of the Zambonis. That one was against the Firestorm. Chignell trying to ring it down the near side. Puck still loose right there at the blue line. As we work right back to near side. Man in the white jersey trying to work it forward. Puck still sitting there as that's going to be picked up by 20 of green. Up for a man right above him. Chignell, 21. Near side all alone. Fires a shot. Hits the crossbar. Puck still loose. Trying to fire it home. Nearly got 2 shots there. Best chance of the night this far. Right at the 8-minute mark of the first period. Still scoreless here in game number 2. So far, the one penalty on the night. That's a high second call against Watchup of the Mighty Ducks. Talking about him, Darren along the far side board. Sharp angle shot goes right through the crease. Tap out in front could have gone. Had a chance to do magic. Instead, we resume up the far side, trying to get something going as the man was going off for a line change. Still has possession as he hits the blue line. Long shot right off the shoulder. 2 good chances either way. Puck still loose, comes out up top. What for Schroeder, that is. Going to be a 3-on-1 for the Ducks, hitting the blue line and on sides. Stick to side as it comes down into the corner. Schroeder not able to get a shot off. Baxter centering feed. Schroeder fires one on, misses down low on the near side. Haiti rings it up high, trying to keep it in at the point. Was the man in the green sweater just outlast his stick as it comes back down low through the neutral zone. Baxter up high, trying to leave it for Schroeder. White sweater diving, able to make a stop. Shot right on in front, and puck loose in the slot. Still not able to get it out. So far, the Ducks have looked good here as there's an open ice hit between 2 white sweaters. Centering feed, trying to find Kilmer. Instead, he'll go up high for the man in green. Down low for Schroeder. Right in front of the penalty box, is able to deke around 1. Down low, still holding on the backhand, throws it down low on the near side, just sent it wide. There's a couple of these guys, it just happens. You can tell they've been in this league a while between not just this lower season, as 3 seasons ago, there was only 1 league. That was a combination between players that have never skated before to some really high talent. Pearson starting this YouTube stream alongside having a little bit more recognition here in Winston-Salem. We've been able to grow into 2 separate leagues, and if I'm not mistaken, we have 7 lower league teams this year. 2 seasons ago, we just started with 2. Gonna be an icing call there. Never mind. This back referee had his arm raised, instead gets waved off. Health in a neutral zone nearly got tipped off by Kilmer as it's worked back the other way. As I was mentioning, we only had 2 teams a couple of seasons ago. Macumber was one of those 2 early captains. Ended up losing in the championship as it was, in a sense, a best of 3. Not a true best of 3, if you will, as it was, in a sense, a round robin, but by period play, if you will. If you won a period, you got a point. Through 3 games, the most points wins. Down low, the near side for the team in green, that's the Mighty Ducks. They've looked good so far tonight, still scoreless. According to the in-arena scoreboard, the Ducks are being outshot by 4 as it's 6-2. Don't completely agree with that here. 8 minutes to go here in the first. Up high, gotta stick to it. Will they give it to him? And the answer is yes, no icing. Down low on the near side, puck still loose. Waiting for the first goal here in game number 2. End up skating over top of it. Here's a chance the other way. Squad in blue had a chance, not able to get a shot off. As you can just tell, this team in green has a lot more speed. 2-on-2 as they hit the blue line. In on sides, just barely. Long shot, hits some iron as it goes wide. Watch out about high. Long shot blocked by a friendly sweater. As that's going to be cleared down to the ice. I believe it was from a team in green. No, as it was from a powder blue, just far enough for icing. 7 minutes left here in period number 1. Puck's dropped down low to the point, able to hold it on right at the circle, trying to fire one out in front. Puck still loose in the slot for a moment as the squad in blue will take it away. Going back to play defense was that man in green. A little bit hard here to see numbers as his numbers are in black. Looks like it's like painter's tape, or electrical tape, that is. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 35. That's at least what I'll go with from now. In on side, trying to throw one out in front as it flutters back behind the net. Down low, near side, trying to get a tip out. That's going to be picked up by 80 of blue. As I was trying to get at earlier, it just seems like there's some people in the right spot at the right time. Shot, stick to side as it comes down low to the corner. Shot right out in front, that's blocked down. Coming with it's the team in blue, trying to work it out up high. Some of those numbers and names that I've been able to pick up so far in the night, that being 80 of blue, seems to be in the right spot at the right time. Alongside with Schroeder. Tried to find a backdoor feed, was the Ducks. Got tipped out in front and sent wide. And on sides, just barely down low. Man in the white sweater trying to fire a shot off as it gets stick to side. And here comes numbers the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Hitting the blue line from the right side. Cross ice feed up high, diving attempt by the man in white to break it up. Here's a shot, shoot, scores! Hits the crossbar and goes down. The man who has the one penalty so far, that's Schroeder, gives us a 1-0 lead. Just like that, Ducks lead it here. 15:30 to get 15:30 completed here in the first period. And here's a chance for Baxter, working up forward. That just got sent wide. Here's another chance, centering feed. Does that go in? Just got a skate on it, was in that minder. As it's up high, Hale trying to keep it in, loose in the face-off circle as it goes up high. Nearly played in offsides as it's just gonna float in softly in front of the netminder. He will not have to play it as it will come out for 9. Goes up high. Hale will play it back deep in his own defensive zone. 1-0 is your score here for the Mighty Ducks. Cross ice feed, got to stick to it through the neutral zone. Won't matter as it won't go down far enough for icing. Powder blue sweater able to pick it up. Will that be played with a high stick? No, down low. Here's a 2-on-1. Fast breaking 2-on-1 out in front. Shot, scores on the back door. That minder tried to throw in a poke check as he just sent it to the back door. 83. Able to poke it home, and just like that, it's 2-0 in favor of the Ducks, scoring 2 goals. That being Alexander poking that one home a handful of minutes after goal number 1. And just like that, the Mighty Ducks appear like they're going to be running away with this one, as it's 2-0 here in the first period. 3 to go. As the team in blue, once again, I believe that's captained by Macumber. Once again, I could be completely wrong here, not entirely sure, so by game number 2 for these squads, I'll have a little bit better of a telling of who's who and what team's what. Up high, centering feed. Just a moment ago, the man in the App State jersey taking an elbow to the face, no call. Had a chance to get one right back. Shot goes up high, loose in the slot, trying to poke it home as it gets thrown out to the corner. Hill trying to backhand it out, still loose in the corner, but the Mighty Ducks able to hit center ice through the Twin City Thunderbirds logo. As 28 of the team in blue able to work it right back into center ice. Down low, up high, Kilmer, 1-on-2, over skates it, trying to throw a backhanded pass down low. Once again, tipped out in front as the Ducks able to come away with it. Down low for 1. Hits the blue line. Deeks goes forehand, backhand, still with it, shoots, scores! A minute and a half later, it's 3-0. Puck's dropped here as the Mighty Ducks looking for a 4th. As for the team in blue, they're looking to just get 1. Here's a chance, shot, save, rebound, comes out in front, puck still loose in the slot. As that goes up high, pinballing back down low, near side of the post. Down low it goes for Schroeder. He scored the first goal so far of the night. Long shot, goes off the face mask, puck comes down low. Schroeder trying to work back at it as it comes down for 20. Center feet back in a shot, score! Schroeder with his second goal of the night, that is. And just like that, it's 4-0. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. We will see another puck drop here in the first. I can only assume it's just going to stay 4-0 indeed. So as it's thrown down, linked to the ice 5 seconds ago. So we'll take a quick break here at the end of the first period as we get set for period number 2.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Oop. You're a step ahead of me. I just now changed it to period 2. Welcome back here into period number 2, set to go underway. 4-0 is your score in favor of the Ducks, but here's a chance the other way for the team in blue. Just overskates it, trying to throw a shot on as it'll come back down low. Ducks centering feed down to length of the ice. That's not going to go on net, so an icing call here. 18 seconds gone here in the second period. A oddly familiar start of how we've seen it back in period number 1, alongside with some of the things that we've seen back in game number 1 as well. Down low, still loose in the face-off circle. Finally hits the near side half boards. Down low for 20 of the man in green. Trying to get it out, up on the blue line. Shot, tipping, just sent it wide. Down low, centering feed, trying to get the wing for 24 to get a shot. Bouncing puck as a man hits the deck. Down low, 20 coming away with it. Just had it a handful of seconds here. Ends up losing it, but had a man right out in front. Trying to work it back the other way. Finally able to get it out of danger for now as Hale throws his man down to the ice. No call. 3-on-2. Up high. Able to get on one. Shot, save, and held on to. 1:30 gone here in the second period. Shots on goal on the in-arena scoreboard shows 10-9 in favor of the squad in green.
Number 24 used to be Spencer, wasn't it? I don't think that's Spencer.
Puck's dropped down low, picked up by the man in blue. Ducks were able to win the drop. They had a decent play set up. Not sure if it was intentional or not, as I know a handful of these teams down in the lower league, alongside the team I'm on, that being the Firestorm. We're just here to have fun. We don't really have any set plays in action. So, if that was intentional, good setup. If not, right place at the right time, as I've been saying all night long. Watch him down low in the near side corner, trying to find a centering feed, able to keep it in at the point. Then it just a hair too far, but not able to get it out. Picked up, Watchup throws it to the far side corner. Baxter giving a chase alongside the man in white, one able to hold on to it. He has one goal so far tonight, just sent it wide. So far, back the apologies here. Schroeder with 2. Alexander with 1, and 1 with 1. That's been your scoring so far tonight. Kilmer down low, able to keep it in on sides. Long shot, saved and held on to by the man in blue. Puck's drop coming down low, goes off the boot of a man on white. Able to keep it in the zone for now as it goes up high for the Mighty Ducks. Trying to get around one, he does. If they're able to hurry, it's a 3-on-1 down low. Schroeder looking for his hat-trick goal, just in and wide. Here in PHA, there's a cap of 3 goals. So we'll see if Schroeder looks to get goal number 3 here in period number 2, or if he tries to hold off until the 3rd. Apologies here as we go back to the other side. Up high, shot, save, rebound, right out in front, shoot, scores! 5-0's your score, 21 able to poke one home. That's his first one of the night. Chignall, I believe, is his name. As we'll come right back here to the center ice faceoff dot. Gonna take a quick timeout here. Equipment malfunction on the netminder.
filling up a water bottle for somebody. The goalie.
Yeah. Schroeder was second in points in the lower season. In the second half of the lower season, played 11 games, 6 goals, and 1 assist. He has 2 goals so far tonight. That's 1/3 of his entire goals from last season. Hale, a returning player, he was third in points. He had 6 points, 5 goals, and assist. Watchup was on there, 4 goals and an assist. There's a handful of others, including Cameron Baxter, 21 Chignall, indeed so, 4 goals and assist. The netminder last year was Jim Aiello. We got all separate netminders so far in the season. Still here waiting for the netminder to put his gear back on. Slowly working his way back on. 14:40 to go here in the second. They stopped the clock here at the 14:40 mark. That's nearly 2 minutes of puck stoppages. Down on the near side, 20 looking for his first goal. All in, all alone, shoot, save made by the netminder. Able to hold it down right in front of his crease. Keeps it 5-0. Sorry. At the moment. If you need to, you can move it. Up the far side, 24 up at the high point, down low, trying to get it to Alexander. He scored the second goal. So far, one of the insurance goals thus far. Current game-winning goal goes to the first Schroeder goal. That opened up the scoring of the first period, a 4-goal first period. So far, only 1 here in the second period. Took a while to break open the scoring as all 4 goals came in the last 7.5 minutes. Block shot there by the man of number 20. Nearly falling down as there's a delayed penalty on blue. That's going to be an offsides call there. Throws a shot on.
Got some fussing going on.
And it's 80. And he's going as well. We'll try and listen in here and see what they got. Misconduct on somebody. I believe that's going to be a 10-minute call on Langford. Should not go up on the board, but he will be back out at the first stoppage after the 2:07 mark. Not sure exactly what's going up on the other side as the clock stops at 12:07.
Blue's got 2 minutes coming.
There's a two-minute is up on the board on Macumbers. Okay, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes, possibly. Unless something comes up on green. If you want to, just You can go down there and try and get the penalties. You can just leave the camera in the center ice. If they start doing stuff, I'll just fill it in. You want to write this? Take this and write it down. All right, there's another man in the box. It's going to be 17 of what trouble? Sure of what? And how's this new scoreboard showing up for you? You like it? Let me know here in the comments. I'm able to respond to any comments that y'all have, any questions. Anything you'd like to see here on the broadcast here in the next couple of games. As the penalty goes right back down for the man on the Mighty Ducks. It was up there. One of the penalties goes up to number 80. The other one still sits at number 0, as it is just a blank jersey number as of now. 2 men on right, as there's another penalty coming back up. It's Langford, as he was the initial man in the box for shooting a puck down at the box, shooting a puck at the goalie after the whistle, which caused all of this mess. Once again, another puck stoppage that has stopped the clock. Ended up getting a 10-minute misconduct that I'm aware of. Could be more, could be less. Once again, as of we stand right now, it still looks like it's going to be a 4-on-3. Could be wrong, but that's what it looks like now. There's 2 men in the box for blue, 1 for green, and that is 45 of Langford. As we got the rundown here.
First guy gets to come out after 2 minutes on the fly. Number 80 gets to come out after the first whistle after 2 minutes.
So 80 is... All right, so what were the penalties for?
Never did here.
Okay.
80 got roughing.
All right, so we got 80 for roughing. That's why he got 2 minutes up on the board. He'll come out right after that 2 minutes expires. As for the other man in the box, that's a man with no jersey number. Unsure of that penalty, but it's going to be 2 minutes and a whistle. As for Langford,
Minute penalty plus misconduct.
and here's another delayed call.
There goes another roughing.
Clock will stop again. We need to stop it to keep the penalties. This completely negates any of the stuff that's going on.
42 Hale.
Clock stops at 10:29. Hale, which is 42, correct?
Yes.
42 gets 2 minutes for roughing.
I think
And now there's 23 seconds left to go on the penalty, when there was about a minute and 40 when the clock stopped. Unbelievable. 4-on-4 here for the next 16 seconds. Up high, one's already scored one, looking for a second, just sent it wide down low. 10 seconds left here on the 4-on-4 as 80 looks to make his way back out to the box. Here's a chance, 4-on-4, holding, shot, right out in front, held on to. Penalty expires, he'll make his way back out to the box.
They both can come out.
And they're both good to leave the penalty box. Indeed so, as that was the first whistle. As that was the first whistle after 2 minutes. 1:17 to go on the penalty to Hale. Once again, that goes on roughing. Up the far side, trying to hold it on the point. Right on the blue line, they are able to. Behind the net it goes, 20 with it. Still holding, trying to clear it down length the ice as they are, in a sense, 2 men down. Unsure why nobody is serving the 2-minute penalty for Langford. They were right and originally of putting a 2-minute up for Langford. So we'll see if Langford serves a full 12 minutes. If not, he'll be out at 2:07. If it's 12 minutes, he'll be out at the 7-second mark. So we'll find out here in all of about 6.5 minutes. Falling over, watch up on the back end. Once again, another poke check ends up not working out for the netminder as Watchup gets his second. Apologies, first one here of the night and first one of the season.
Yeah, he should have had somebody serve him.
Penalties expired. 42 makes his way back out to the box. Back out to the players' bench, that is. Apologies.
Can they have a 5-on-3?
Yeah. Six nothing's your score as it's just past the 12-minute mark of period number 2. That being 12 minutes of game played. 7:52 up on the clock. Down low for 20. He's looked solid so far tonight. Has yet to put one up on the board. Centering feed on the back door, looking for Schroeder's hat trick goal. Not able to get it there. That one would have been a pretty one. Would have been a chance for the goal of the season if he was able to find the connecting feed. Down low, Schroeder not able to hold on to it as it comes out for Blue. Backhanded feed through the slot. Baxter trying to apply the pressure, ends up working it right back out to the neutral zone. Down low, trying to clear it off. Put off the near side half boards as it comes out for the man in the white sweater. Right on top of the blue line. Down low for the man in blue, 13. That might be Elrod, as I could also be 100% wrong as well. Up high, centering feed right on top of the Twin City Thunderbirds logo. Man hits the deck. I believe he did that under his own manpower, so no call. Up high, goes back into the defensive zone for the Ducks. And it's got the man in the green sweater, number 20, as he works it down the near side for Schroeder. Takes her on one, he'll take it himself. Playing it off the near side of half boards, he still has it from the left hash marks. Holding, shot, pad save, trying to find the feed on the back door was Chignall. He has scored 1 goal so far in the season. That would have been the 5th goal of the night. Up high, sharp angle shot, goes right through the crease, down low for 20. Winds up, fires, shot, once again right through the paint. Still at the paint, clears it. Going down, linked to the ice, not going to be an icing, as the Ducks are able to touch up right before I was able to hit the far side red line. Near side for Alexander. He scored one. West on the shot, trying to poke it home. Just sends it wide. Alexander with the second goal of the night for the Ducks. Up high. On the backhand hold, shoots, goes off the crossbar up the far side. Back behind the net, centering feed out to the point. Ducks trying to come away with it. It's going to be a 2-on-2 if they hurry. Deeks around one as it's a 2-on-1. Back into the far side, has room, one, shoots. Save made as a diving attempt from a man in blue nearly knocks out his own netminder. Up high to the point. And no number near side. Alexander looking for a one-timer here in the Solar League. More than likely not going to work, but why not give it a shot? 4:47 to go here in the second. Kilmer able to work it all the way down linked to the ice. Haven't heard his name in a while, but able to do some impressive work here in the late goings of the second period. Tipped out in front, still not able to get it out of the zone. As the Ducks still trying to work it out. Down low. We'll see if you're able to get a shot on. Sharp angle shot, loose out in front from the right hash marks. Back in a shot, loose in the slot, trying to poke it down. Pad save right off the left toe. Keeps it 6-0. Out to the point. Winds up, fires. Tipped out in front, just sent it down low. Trying to find one out in the slot. Netminder throws it back behind the net. 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Able to work it out of the point, but 9 going to be the first one to touch it up. As the puck still out in the neutral zone as they hit the blue line. Centering feed can be gloved up and held on to as some friendly fire from the team in blue. Falling down right in front of the crease. 3:35 to go here in the second. Puck's dropped, away we go. 3 minutes ago here in the second. Hitting some late magic here in period number 2 to find any sorts of encouragement for the third. They've looked good here as of late, but still not able to get a shot off. 20 of the Ducks showing a little bit of a disgust here as he lost his stick just a handful of minutes ago. Watch up down low. Score the most recent goal as he'll just chuck it back behind the net. Right back down the other way. 20 will be the first one to it from the left side hash marks. Trying to find a centering feed, picked up by a man in blue up high. Spinning around, Chignell turns it over. Here's a chance for Chignell. He scored one. Scored the 5th goal of the night, but ends up skating over top of it as it comes back down low. Off the near side hash boards, finds 24. Waldrop trying to push it forward. Can't get it too far as he hits the red line as he'll turn it over as it goes up the far side. And right back down, linked to the ice it goes, no icing. 1:50 to go. Netminder out of his net to play. Gonna throw a cross-ice feed up high. Nearly picked up by Waldrop. Heading the attacking zones 20. Holding, deking. Nearly got his stick lifted as he just about did a full 360. Watch him shot. Save made by the netminder. Able to get his pad on it as it comes down low. Watch up turnover. Still in the attacking zone. Fires the shot. Got a tip as it comes down to the near side corner. Watch up still with it. Has plenty of real estate up the far side. Trying to get a tip. Still loose in the slot as a netminder throws a cross check on Chignell. Didn't see anything there. We'll have to keep an eye on it. 1 minute remaining here. Trying to poke it home. Had a chance on the back door. Still with it. Backhanded shot will be covered up by the goalie. 45 to go. Another late puck drop here. Last one came with 16 seconds. This one's going to come right around the same, down low. Cleared to the corner. 15. Far side corner, going to drop it back down low. Schroeder giving it a chase. 10. He's just going to pin it up in the corner. 7, 6. Somehow able to get it up high. 3, 2. Finds the centering feed. Cleared out. Kind of not even draw a shot. Langford is still in the box, working his way back out. Obviously, he served his 10 minutes. Didn't come out there with a 16 seconds left, so I'm assuming he just served the full 12. All right, so we'll take a quick break here. 6-0's your score as we'll take a quick break here inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back here to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. 20 minutes up on the board for the third and final frame. 6-0 is your score. Got a little chippy back in period number 2, so we'll see what continues here in the third period. Schroeder scored 2. He's looking for a hat-trick goal here in the third period. Hits the blue line, centering feed, still with it. For the moment, here comes 20, still looking for his first, as that puck going to go up off the far side half boards, as that shot came from down low. Centering feed's going to be picked up by the team in blue. This will be worked right back the other way through center ice, down low, stopping, holding, trying to get a centering feed. Ends up whiffing on it, but still holding. Back in a shot, trying to find one, still is in the slot. Are they able to lift it? No, as it's cleared out by 20. 18-17 are the shots on goal, supposedly here from the in-arena scoreboard. That's going to be blown dead for offsides. Pucks dropped, here we go. 1.5, 140 that is, gone into the third and final period. The leading point scorer back last season as there's another shot by the Ducks. Centering feed, not able to get it out. That leading scorer was a Michael Bailey. Had 12 goals and assists through 10 games. Averaged 1.3 points per game. That was not the highest points per game by a player. That would go to Derek Bullock of the Goldberg squad. Had 6 goals, no assists for 6 points in only 4 games played. Michael Bailey would be in second in that category. Penalty minutes last year, there was a man of Brian Finley. Had 16 penalty minutes in 11 games. That was 10 more over second place. There's a tie between Nate Baptist, Philip Stroop, and Joe Favola. All three had 6. Kilmer's shot blocked out in front. Right back to Kilmer up high. Trying to get around Alexander. Behind the net. Trying to find a centering feed as it goes right back up high. Kilmer hits the ice. But still with it up high. Shot, save, rebound. Still loose out in front. Calling for it at the point. They'll get it. Will they be able to hold on the line? Yes. 28 shot. That's a long shot from the blue line. Goes right through everybody. Kilmer trying to get a touch out in front. Or a redirection, if you will. Shot right out in front. Trying to clear it out. Puck still loose right down at the goal line. And nobody there at the point to hold it in. Once again, there they're going. That's going to be dropped down for 20. Trying to work it forward, and puck still loose. As the Mighty Ducks are looking to get their first goal scored here in the third period. They slowed down a little bit back in period number 2. They scored 4 goals in the first. They only scored 2 goals back in the second. Schroeder behind the net. Working it forward right through center ice, still with it. Schroeder has 2 goals over for tonight. Shot thrown wide. Backhanded shot, had a chance for an apple. As that one will stay out. Shot, save, rebound, comes down low, trying to poke it up. Gets thrown down to the ice, no call. As a man in the App State jersey able to work it right back out. Off the face mask. Claudia's wearing a full shield. Wow. 22 up high. Trying to leave it for 24. Trying to get a stick to it. Once again, goes up high for 20. Trying to get a centering feed to Baxter. They will. 2-on-1 shot. Ends up whiffing on it as it goes down to the corner. Left for 1. Score the third goal so far on the night. Trying to get a backhanded feed. Netminer's going to hold on to it. As Watchub was trying to fire it in on the back door. 6-0 is your score. 14:50 to go here in the third and final frame. Mighty Ducks able to win the draw out to the point, trying to get a redirection out in front. Apologies there. As it's right back out to center ice. Hopefully if teams decide to get jerseys this year, they'll be considerate here of the broadcaster. Trying to keep it unlike the Trash Pandas where I couldn't read the jersey numbers. Those were nearly impossible to make out. And they were those dark green jerseys as well. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back to some of the earlier games here on this channel and you'll see what I'm talking about. I understand it's definitely harder seeing on a phone or computer screen than in person, but it was definitely difficult. Puck was dropped and they're playing, and it just seemed like nobody wanted to go. Once again, 6-0 here, 13 minutes to go in this one. Game number 2 of this regular season in the lower league. Throws his man down to the ice. Both men appear to be okay, as there's no hard feelings. Little saucer pass, trying to get one on the back door. Touch out in front, trying to get it for 45 of Langsford. Rings it down low from the back of the net. Not able to clear it out. Langsford with it, but not able to hold on to the line as it comes out for the defenseman. From right D to lefty, going right back down low for the right defenseman. Once again, I do greatly apologize for not having a list of names being provided for me tonight, so doing the best I can with what I have. That's going to be played in offsides. .12:01, 12 minutes to go now in the third period. Once again, still on a running clock here, as there will continuously be a running clock through period number 3 here tonight. General rule of thumb is if it's 3 goals or under within the last 3 minutes of the third period, we run stop clock just like any other regular game. Unfortunately for the team in blue, it's going to be run clock. Fortunate for the officials, scorekeeper, and the rest of us, we'll be able to go home on time, negating any more penalties or absurdities of said sort. Schroeder back deep. He's in there all alone, back behind his own netminder. Got 17, trying to apply the forecheck. Nearly tripped up in the process. Him and Alexander on the left side. Hale and Chignall down low. Friendly fire between Schroeder and Hale. So far, nothing has come from it. Hard shot from the point, sent wide. It goes all the way back through the neutral zone. Alexander nearly able to pick up the loose change. Working it forward, Hale. Give me a foot race the other way. Back behind the net it goes. 13 give me the first one to it. Throwing up high. Referee takes a hearty hit back behind the net. That is Chris Kwong. That's going to go on net, no icing. Playing it out in front. We'll see where they'll give it. And he'll hold on to it. Gets a whistle with his teammates calling for him. The play of the puck. Puck's dropped from the far side. Shot blocked out in front. Off of Watrup. Down low. Gets a stick to it. Gonna be a foot race the other way. Had a chance for 13 to get the first goal of the afternoon for the team in blue. Instead, they'll have to wait a little bit longer. 9:20 to go in a 6-0 game. Get pinched off the puck as it comes up for 13 alongside 20. Taking it back behind the net. Cross-ice speed, loose out in front. Chignall back in for it. Able to lift it. Scores! Gets his second goal of the night. Scored the 5th goal and scored the 7th. That's the first goal of the third period. What a shot. Able to throw it in the top part of the net. You can see it from here go up and down. You knew that was in, and now there's two. Now there's 2 men on hat trick watch, that being Chignall and Schroeder. 8:17 to go. There's still a chance for it to happen. Up high, down low, Kilmer trying to find a way to work it forward. Kilmer with it. Takes around one, ends up tripping Baxter. Not going to be a call. Not sure if the ref saw it as well. Back behind the net, down low. Mighty ducks away with it. Here comes one. Not able to hold on to it. Not even able to get a stick to it as there's an icing call. 7:43 to go in the third period. Shot sent wide. Loose out in front, able to clear it out. Still trying to get that shot that goes back behind the net of the netminder, and that one will not do it. 7:03 to go here in the third. Still 7-0 in favor of the Mighty Ducks. The Mighty Ducks have scored more goals than current live viewers. Up at the point, one trying to work it forward. Up into the neutral zone we go. 3-on-2, and they have numbers. He scored one, trying to look for two. Shot save made by the netminder. He scored the third goal of the night as it comes down to the corner of for Baxter. 1-for-1, not able to get a shot off. Kilmer trying to work it out. Candace and Selden at the point. Redirection down in front by Baxter. Puck still loose as it comes down low. 6 and change to go. Not able to clear it out. Thrown right back in. Redirection goes off the back half boards. Once again, still not able to get it out. 35 keeps it in, plays it to himself. From the hash marks. Trying to get it back to 35. Instead, 80 has it. 80 had a 2-minute penalty back in the second period. That was in response on the 10-minute misconduct. Ringing around the near side, goes up high. Alexander chips it off. Baxter trying to keep it back in. As here comes Kilmer. Oh, backhand it forward. Through the blue line. Still on sides. As it'll be played off the near side half boards. 80 able to keep it in. Only for the time being, as he's been being bombarded by number 1. And just like that, it's worked back down the other way. 83 with it. Looking for his first goal. Had a chance, but the netminder's gonna play it down to the near side corner. Kilmer unsure where that one went. As we left for 80. Langford applying the forecheck. As we run around the near side. As we'll come up for 20. Pinching it off. Back into the slot, trying to poke one home. Puck still loose. 4:40 to go here in the third. As here it comes near side for Langsford. Goes up high, trying to get around 22. He still has it. Has a lane shot, save, and hits the deck. Langsford into the backboards as well. Trying to get a centering feed as it goes up high. Alexander and Schroeder going at it. Schroeder able to win the foot race. Those are teammates as well. Comes up to the point. 20 holds it in from the Flow logo. Skating in. Shot trying to get a tip out in front. Puck still loose out in front. Backhanded shot. Puck still loose on the far side. Sends it back behind the net. 3 blue sweaters behind the net. Can't do much when more than half of your team is standing behind your netminder. Backhanded shot tipped out in front. Goes off the skate of 22. Rings it up the far side. Comes down off the near side half boards. Man, Lapsake trying to work it forward. Long shot. Glove save made by the netminder. He'll hold on to it for a whistle. 3:29 to go in the third period. Puck's drop coming down low. Shot blocked out in front by Hill. That goes off his shin pad. Whistle's blown dead as the puck was still free. One of those things that refs gotta blow it when he can't see it. Just an unfortunate time of events here. 2:40 to go in the third. Team in blue still looking for their first goal of the season, and the first goal here tonight against the Mighty Ducks. Down low, Chignall looking for a hat trick. Centers it. Had a chance on the back door. Wattrub with it. Dekes around 1. He scored 1. That was a 6th goal of the season. Puck still loose in the slot. Trying to poke it home. Chignall trying to find a backhand shot. Hale fires one in. Goes through the near side. Schroeder trying to come away with it. Not able to as it's played down low through the near side corner. Working it forward for 28. Has some real estate. Hits the blue line. Shot goes off the shin pad of 20. Behind the net, Schroeder with it. 1:50 to go. Played with a high stick. Not going to be a call here as 20 will work it forward. Have to wait to retouch back in on sides. Trying to leave it for Hale instead it's picked up by the blue squad. Another block shot. Nearly a steal. Indeed, it will be, at least for the time being. Down low. Here's a chance. Breakaway, if you will. Send it wide. One of the better chances of the night for the team in blue. .13 with it. Shot. Save to the far side corner. It goes. Under a minute to go here in the third and final period. Watchable with it, trying to throw it down low, trying to get it to Chignall for that hat trick. Instead, it's a turnover. Centering feed, here's a chance. Once again, trying to work it back down low for Chignall. Behind the net. Centering feed for Hale. Up high it goes. 3-on-2, hits the blue line in on side, trying to get a centering feed, puck still loose. 25 seconds out to the point. Coming down to 20 on the back door. Chignall had a chance but couldn't get a stick on it. That might be the last chance there for the squad in green. 12 seconds to go. Last chance here to avoid a shutout. Block shot. 5-4 back to the neutral zone. That looks like it will do it. Indeed so. 7-0 is your final in game number 2 of the regular season. Mighty Ducks take this one home 7-0 over the team in blue. We will be back here on Tuesday night for 2 more matchups. Once again, final score is 7-0.